Good Tuesday evening. Welcome to Midwest Sports Net. We're challenged a little bit tonight, I know. So we had to miss a live stream last week and didn't want to miss another live stream tonight. Hope you can hear me. If you are watching tonight, let me know if you can hear me, and we'll make our adjustments. We're using a little bit different camera. I know it's one of those things, but it's after Christmas, so you can do only what you can do. So if, if you can't hear me, let me know in the comments section. I sure would appreciate that. In the meantime, God bless you all. Merry Christmas. Now, it is the day after Christmas here, 2023, but from what I know, the 12 days of Christmas actually go from Christmas Day and 11 days beyond. So we may just be celebrating Christmas for the next, I don't know, 10, 12 days after this. Who knows what else is going on. So please, again, let me know if you can hear me in the comment section, and we will just move on from there. What we're going to talk about tonight is the top position players according to Midwest Sports Net, in the NAIA 2023. And a little bit later this week, we are going to wrap up the season. Now, I know we wanted to wrap up the season last week and just didn't have that opportunity. Had a live stream scheduled. I wasn't quite feeling well enough to do that live stream. Sorry about that. And there were a couple people that asked about it, but doing well, doing fine right now. Although the lighting on me makes me look, I think, a little bit older than maybe I want to look. Anyway, but it is a fantastic night. So again, please, from wherever you happen to be watching, let us know in the comments section, especially in the live chat tonight, from where you are watching. We would love to know from where you're tuning in. And if you're watching this on the replay, put it in the comments section. Let us know. We'd love to hear from where you're watching tonight. So in the meantime, let's get started on what we were going to talk about tonight, our top position players. Now, top position players over the course of the entire season, and realistically, it goes beyond just the regular season here. We want to talk about some things that happened in the playoffs too, but what you did during the season was important. And so our without graphics tonight, also it's one of those evenings. But top quarterback in the league. I think you have to look in a couple of different directions. Obviously, I think Jackson Waring should receive notice. Luke Giron from OUAZ, of course, Jackson Waring. And I would also go ahead and put up there as well with Adrian Parsons. I think Parsons had a fantastic season and a lot to be said for him and for his performance. However, we are going to give our top quarterback to Jalen Gramstad. Gramstad, of course, took the Northwestern Red Raiders all the way back to the championship game one more time. 245.4 passing yards per game, 35 passing touchdowns on the season to just 9 interceptions, 8 rushing touchdowns as well. Fantastic season. Didn't quite get a second national championship, but we have him as the top quarterback in the NAIA for 2023. Hello, Milton. Glad you're watching from a warm Lake Placid, Florida, and Happy New Year to you as well. And Elisa, thank you for watching from Northwestern Oklahoma, from that area up there. Appreciate that. Thanks for being a part. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well. Top quarterback was Jalen Gramstad. Our top running back for the year, I think you have to look at a lot of the different performers and the way that they kept their teams in it over the course of the season. We'd have to put Darius Neal up there near the top. Of course, Jaden Meisinger, what a performance he had, and saving his best for last in that championship game with well more than 200 yards rushing, 270 yards rushing for Meisinger. We are giving the top running back of the season, giving that honor to Rontavious Farmer. Rontavious Farmer, 1,773 rushing yards on the year that led the NAI, had 136.4 rushing yards per game. No receiving touchdowns, 26 rushing touchdowns. A fantastic performance for Rontavious Farmer this year. So he was our top running back for the season. And by the way, let us know if you have some different ideas about this along the way. If you may or may not agree with us, that's fine. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this tonight. As we're live from our area right here in the southeastern portion of Oklahoma, as opposed to Elisa, who's up there in that northwestern portion. Top wide receiver of the season. Lots of credit to Austin Jablonski. Concordia had a great season. JD Dixon, what a year he had for Bethel. Orlandis Mitchell, the connection that he had with Adrian Parsons over the course of the year. And you know what? We are going to give our top wide receiver for the season. That is Eli Norse. Eli Norse from Montana Western, great year that he had. And the Bulldogs make it into the playoffs. Came up against an opponent that they'd already faced over the course of the year in College of Idaho, came up a little bit short in that matchup. Norse, though, 1,186 yards receiving on the year, 107.8 receiving yards per game, 12 receiving touchdowns in what is an amazingly challenging league in the Frontier Conference. And so shout out to him. Oh, shout out to Tay Farmer. By the way, hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching tonight. What a fantastic season. Let me just look right at you in the camera. This is not our normal camera angle, but we did want to make sure that we went on live tonight, and I'm glad we did. Great year, fantastic year, and just so much to be proud of, not only for your performance, but for the team's performance as well. And so a shout out to you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching tonight, man. That means a lot. Let's move on. Top wide receiver, Eli Norse. Top offensive lineman. And this becomes a little bit of a challenge for me. I obviously never played offensive line. And it's challenging to find real statistics to make it all work out. But there was one that stood out to me, and that was Keegan Martin from Friends University, who made the All-America list for the fourth consecutive year. That's happened now for only 3 times. And so congratulations to Keegan Martin, our offensive lineman of the year for Midwest Sportsnet. Let's move over to defensive lineman then. A lot can be said for this. Tristan Waugh, who, by the way, won the honor for the top defensive player of the year in small college sports. And we were going to go ahead and give that honor, though, to Riley Gerhardt. Riley Gerhardt of Valley City State. Now, Waugh, who had 15 sacks to lead the NAIA this season and so many tackles for loss, he did a great job. He had so much help around him. The Grandview defense was just off the charts all year long, held their opponents in check. Valley City State didn't have that same look. The Vikings, not from Iowa, but from Valley City State, didn't have that same support. Gerhardt with 123 tackles on the year, 12 sacks, 16 and a half tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles, and we are giving our top defensive lineman of the year. That honor goes to Riley Gerhardt. Moving on along, top linebacker of the year. Now, there were some great defenses out there. I talked about Grandview's defense. I think there's a lot to be said. Cannon Carn had a great year for Baker. Lonell Boyd Jr. for Morningside, fantastic season as well. We are going to give it, though, to the player who had the most tackles in all of the NAIA this year, and that person was Bradley Myers. Evangel, another great defense, 151 tackles on the season. 12.6 tackles per game, both of those at the top of the NAI, had 4 sacks, 11 and a half tackles for loss. The Evangel defense was stellar all year long, and Bradley Myers leading the way there for Evangel, our top linebacker of the season. Moving on along here as my camera just stays with me. It's going to stay with me on tonight. We're going to get through this tonight and hopefully use the other camera that I'm still looking at every now and again here in studio right now for our show later on this week to really put a bow on the 2023 season. Top defensive back of the year, Cody Mosier, who led the NAI in interceptions. We want to give him credit. Demetrius Gilbert, want to give him credit as well. We gave it, though, to Neil Campbell from Indiana Wesleyan. 6 interceptions this year, 1 fumble recovery, 2 blocks along the way, and 61 tackles. That Indiana Wesleyan defense rose to the occasion so many times over the course of this year, taking care of business, and in the clutch moments at the end of so many games, the Indiana Wesleyan defense was there. Neil Campbell, a very big part of that as well. He was our top defensive back of the year. Moving on along, let's continue here as we go to our top special teams player of the year. And I realize we're going to talk about kicker here in just a moment. So let's talk about someone else on special teams return. We could have given a lot of attention to this young man with what he did on defense. Let's also talk about his special teams play. National champion this year as well. Wendell Fullord Jr., 3 punt return touchdowns this year, 1 kickoff return for a touchdown as well. And we might as well throw in there that he had an interception return for a touchdown. He had a fumble return for a touchdown. Lord with a fantastic season. And of course, it was capped off with a win in the championship game. He has that. That is the biggest honor. We love to say that we can put some big honors out there for, and hopefully people appreciate the honor and what we try to do to recognize what these players have done over the year. But that national championship is something that no one can ever take away from him. So congratulations to Wendell Fullord. He was and is our 2023 Special Teams Player of the Year in the NAIA. The top kicker this year, Garrett Blodgett from Texas Wesleyan. Great season for him. Seth Simpson for Baker, also a great season as well. But our kicker of the year is Landon Reeves from Ottawa in Arizona. 14 of 15. That's right. 14 of 15 field goals made this season. 63 of 64 point after made. 93 and 98% respectively. What a fantastic year for him. OUAZ on the outside looking in the playoffs. We've talked about this a number of times here on the channel. We may talk about it a little bit more, but what Reeves did this year was nothing short of stellar, fantastic. Our kicker of the year from Midwest Sportsnet is Landon Reeves. And then how about the coach of the year? I don't think that you have to look too much farther down the line than to look at Doug Sosha. He is our coach of the year, the national champion there. That's the only place where there's a repeat in here. We did have 2 from Kaiser in that mark. What a great year. Now, let's give a shout out quickly to Matt McCarty, Joe Woodley. Matt McCarty, of course, from Northwestern, Joe Woodley from Grandview, Terry Harrison from Friends. Shout out to Paul Hansen, Mid-American Nazarene, Andrew Rohde from Indiana Wesleyan, Drew Maddox, Louisiana Christian. All of these coaches, and I know we could have gone down the list a little bit more, fantastic years as well. But how about Doug Sosha, the coach of the year in the Sun Conference in 2019, 2020, skip a year, 2022, 2023, has led this team so well. His team went 12-2 this year and had a national championship. 10-4 last year, played in the national championship, came up just a little bit short. I think those 10 points may balance out. Lost by 10 last year, won by 10 this year. Has lost to just one NAIA team over the course of the last 2 years. That's well documented. We've talked about it here a number of times, and other people have brought that up as well. What Coach Sosha has done has been incredible. And then not only for the course of last season, of course, in 2019 and 2020, had undefeated regular seasons as well, only lost the year coming in the playoffs, one of those making it to the national semifinals. Of course, last year the national championship game, and this year as well with the national championship to his credit. And consider this, he's done it with all these different players, goes into the national championship game and has a backup quarterback at the helm for the game. Didn't skip a beat. Credit also to Wake for what a fantastic job he did in that quarterback position. But the coaching throughout the week and through the year was just awesome. Coach Doug Sosha, our national coach of the year. It's a position, so we'll give that to the position performer right there. What do you think? Or did you agree with those? I'm pretty sure Rontavius agreed with that running back position. But did you agree with those? Let us know here in the live chat. We'll be on for just a little bit longer, and then I will tell you our programming note tonight. So if you agree, disagree, let us know, and maybe you just want to save it. It looks like Thursday night will be our final NAI football live stream of the year. It doesn't mean that we're done. There's a little bit more time here in 2023. And I mentioned as well, we're going to celebrate Christmas for a little bit longer here too. But let us know, live chat, comment section afterward, or save it for our final live stream. Again, we'll be coming on a little bit later on this week. and hopefully our camera and I'm still looking at it and it's no, it's done tonight. That's all right. We'll get it back for the next one. I wanted to let you know too that we have some great guests coming up in January. I'm already excited about 2024. Uh, Fantastic guests, not only here on our live stream, but also in our video with the summit. We get to talk to a few people about not just football, basketball, small college sports, and more throughout the Midwest and beyond. So that's what we have. All right. I think and it's a little bit of an abbreviated show tonight, but I was missing getting to visit with you all, and hopefully that you all enjoyed tonight as well. So 15 minutes on tonight, give or take. Nothing else in the comment section. We'll move on along from there then. Congratulations on a great 2023. Of course, Kaiser, the national champions. What a fantastic year, a fantastic championship game, and run through the playoffs. Did it in every way possible. Fantastic offensive performances, fantastic defensive performances as well, and a great year for Kaiser. And to all of our top position performers for the year, you all were great. It was fun to get to watch you and follow you all this season. So, congratulations to you and what you did for your teams in 2023. We're going to sign off tonight here from Studio B at the world headquarters of Emerald Quest for Midwest Sportsnet. Thanks again for watching. Be ready. We will put out when we're coming on. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thursday night then, 2 nights from tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, and we will put a bow on 2023. Meantime, God bless you all. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Have a great evening and continue on through this 12 days of Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.